So of course our first pair will be euro code. What should be our first pair? So just one more minute, guys, and then we'll start. Just one more minute, bear with me, and then we'll start. Okay, so ready? 21%. So I guess it's time for us to start. So I'm gonna make this quick. The schedule will start with Euro USD, Audi USD, Euro GBP, US dollar, Australian dollar against United States dollar, Euro against United States dollar. So we're gonna start with Euro USD, of course. So generally when I'm doing analysis, what am I looking at? Of course, in analysis, when you're starting to do analysis, you have to look at higher time frames, then you move to lower time frames, then you go from even lower time frames until you reaches that level where you'll be drawing your level of support and resistance, and then you take your trades. Yes, loud and clear, I can hear, but the background music is very loud. You can hear audio. So guys, I've muted the background music. You guys can all hear me clearly now. So technically, what I'm looking at, first I'll go to 1 weekly chart. On a 1 weekly chart, I will look for where we are and what we are doing. So basing on what I'm seeing now, it's like the market is trying to push it upward. So we have a certain momentum that we're going to push further going above. Then I'll go to on a daily chart. I can see that we were pushing upward because we formed this candlestick. This candlestick it closed the bullish, the one that I'm pointing at right now. It closed bullish, and the other one also closed bullish. So if we have a lot of momentum going bullish on daily basic, then I move again to a 4-hour chart where I usually draw my zones on a 30 and 1 hour chart. So what I'm looking at is that we're on this level right here. I can draw another zone. I'm gonna draw it right here. This is something I'll also look at. This week right here is something that I will look at because we can push above. Why am I drawing here? Because you can also see that this level was somehow used over here. So yeah, so it's a very important zone also. So technically what will happen is that either the markets will break this level above. So if we close it above this level, of course we are going to have a let me see if I can I don't know. So if we break this level above, we're going to continue with we're going to continue above. If we break this level, say the market opens tomorrow and it closes above this level, we're going to push forward. Otherwise, if we reject this level, which I expected, and I remember you guys, I told you like it was on Wednesday, the market was messing around this level, and we took some sells here to about this point, and we managed to catch some pips. I remember, guys. So you can see that the market is actually resisting this level, and we have On a 1 hour chart, we have resistance and we formed this bearish pin bar, and the bearish pin bar started pushing below. So we have to wait for tomorrow and see what actually happens. We have to wait and see if it will retest right here, because you can see there's certain momentum. It's very small, but you can't actually tell. But either the market may actually reject this level and push above, or it continue falling. So what I'm expecting actually is that the market may fall, because I usually take my trades according to the 30 minutes time frame and the 1 hour time frame. So either if the market closes below, I don't know who is doing that. I have to remote control. Guys, don't draw on the chat. So if you can see that on the 30 minutes time frame, we actually close the bearish right here, and it's like we're still going down here. So what I expect tomorrow is that we're going to be looking for some sales, because we're already rejecting this level. So as the momentum keeps pushing downward, and our initial take profits, of course, will be our first take profit. If we take sales tomorrow, will be down to this level right here. This will be our first take profit. So we'll sell, say, maybe here, and then our first take profits will be down here. If it breaks this level, then it will be down here. Otherwise, if it breaks above, then we are going to take buys. So of course, it's very important to wait to see what the market does. And always on Mondays, the market may be a little bit volatile, and you might not be able to actually tell what the market is doing. That's why some other people tended to prefer to trade on Tuesday continuously to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and they ignore Mondays. But of course, we're going to take this trade. I trade on Monday personally, so I'll post the analysis clearly on the group. If we break above, it goes down here. If we don't, then we'll push. We'll push below. We'll push below. But initially, what I'm expecting are sales. Initially, what I'm expecting are sales, because we're already rejecting this zone, and this is a very powerful zone, because we took sales here last week. We took sales here. I remember we took sales here and also took sales here. So this is a very resistant zone, and I expect the market, the price to actually reject more. So if there's any question, guys, you can drop on the chat concerning Euro USD. You can drop the questions on the chat, then I'll answer. Otherwise, I'll move to another pair. Then another pair is AUD USD. So AUD USD, what are we doing on a weekly basis? AUD USD is formed a really strong bearish pin bar. You can see right here, this is very bearish, and it shows that the market was actually pushing downward. Of course, normally what we'll be looking at is that the market is supposed to push initially. Any person will say that the market is supposed to push going above. That's the initial expectation of anyone, and anyone who is lazy will say that this market will push above, right? This will be the initial analysis of anyone. But then we close the bearish, so you have to look what's happening. So if we go to 1 day, it's raining. I hope you guys can hear me. The weather is a little bad today. Just hope this works. Anyways, I hope you guys can really hear me. We have this zone right here. Of course, before this, we actually took trades. If you remember, guys, I posted this on my group. We took trades. This I posted something like this. We drew something that was going like this. Yes, and we took sells right here when we broke this level. So you can see that the market was actually pushing downward, and it's currently looking forward to drop to this level down here. So of course there's this level right here, because the market right here turned it to support and pushed upward, and then right here turned to resistance, pushed down, and then it continued. So on AUD, based on the 1 day, I can say we're also looking for sells. And one thing to notice, and one thing to also take into consideration, is that sometimes AUD moves the same way as Euro USD. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes. So it's not that you are going to say you are selling out USD and then you're actually buying Euro USD. That's just, it doesn't add up. There's some correlation in these pairs. And right here, yesterday I talked about weak fills. If you remember, Kusi, if you're on this meeting, we talked about weak fills, and I told you pairs will always fill the week. We formed this long like pin here, this, and the market is actually filling it. So expect it to go at least down to this level before we actually see any rejection. And then we can tell. So we still have to wait to and see what the market does on Monday to be exactly sure, because we crossed bearish on one day. We also crossed bearish on in the forward chart, and continuing. So of course, another thing that will be important to notice and to take into consideration is that let me just remove this, is that one way to take this trade is, you can see right here the market on the, let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. The market is consolidating. The market is consolidating. So we have to wait for breakouts. One way to trade pairs like this one is to, you draw something like this right here. When you draw something like this, because the market is going from here to down here, then it's going up, then it's going down, then it's going up. So it's a ranging market. And one way to trade this is that you have to wait for it to actually break this level. So either if we break it above and crosses above this level, then we're going to push upward. But I don't expect us to push upward. So I'm not looking for buys on this pair for this week, because of the initial momentum that we saw on the 1 day. On the weekly chart, we saw that this, and if you guys remember and have read a lot of other books like the Candlestick Bible, you remember there's something called the ingaf, the bearish ingaf and the bullish ingaf. This one is a good example of the bearish ingaf. It's a good example of the bearish ingaf because this candle right here, it engulfed this other bearish candle right here, and you can see that we'll be pushing downward, and you guys just wait and see. We're going to push below this level, so I recommend to be looking for sells for this pair. So we're going to add our arrow right here. Don't be stupid, you pair. We're going to be looking for sells. The momentum is good going downward. So this is the analysis for AUD USD, guys. If there's any question, just drop them to the chat. I'll answer them after finishing the analysis. Another pair we're going to look at is Euro GBP. And guys, Euro GBP has been my favorite for this week. It gave me a lot of pips. I mean it. I mean, like, Euro GBP has been my favorite because it's been like the easiest pair to trade some reasons. I'll extend this thing today, this level. Say, so you can see that on a 1-day chart, this level is very important. And if you guys remember those members who were with me for like weeks know how many times we took this trade from Euro GBP. And I remember, of course, you actually took this trade and managed to. I told you to wait, you were on losses, and you recovered all your losses. It's because this pair is actually very straightforward. If it's going upward, it's going upward. It's going down, it's going down. So you can see on this level right here, it turned into resistance and fall down, turned resistance, fall down. So in this week, from Monday to Friday, we have been only going from this level to this level, and this level to this level, this level to this level. But one thing you have to see and notice is that we are forming some sort of let me just remove this trend line. I hope you guys can see this. This is one thing to notice. We are forming this some sort of support that is pushing forward. So we took a sell right here, and then it went above, and then we took another sell right here, and then we pushed above. So we closed above this level. What does this mean? This means that this pair my internet connection is unstable. You guys, I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me check if you guys can hear me. So we close above this level. What does this mean? If we close it above this level, it means right now we are looking for buys. We are looking for buys. So on the 4-hour chart and the 1-day, we closed above this, and at this moment we are only looking for buys for this pair, and our next take profit, of course, will be above this level. So this will be the level that I think we are going to hit in this week, because we closed above this week right here, and we closed above and we pushed. So initially, you can see that the market is already retesting, that it's going up here and it's retesting, it's retesting down here, and then what I'm looking at is that I'm hoping that the market actually I'm hoping the market actually pushes above. Yes, I'm hoping the market actually pushes above to this level. If it breaks this level again, this will be our initial take profit, first take profit, and then our next take profit will be, of course, on this level right here. And then another one will be above here. Of course, anything can happen. We can reach this level and we can drop. So it's very important to wait and see what's happening on the Monday. Mondays can tell a lot of things, but this is it's just our initial analysis on basing on what we see. But currently, I'm seeing that we are forming a good support and a good momentum going upward, and we closed above this level. So this gives me a lot of confidence that we might push above. Waiting for confirmation, although on the 30 minutes time frame. So how do you take this? Yes, this is important. How do you take a trade like this one? The way you take a trade like this one is you have to wait for confirmations. Most times people hear that we talk about confirmation but don't know what that actually means. So this means that you have to wait for candlestick to close either bearish or bullish. If a candlestick closes bearish, means you're going to sell. If the candlestick closes bullish, means you're going to buy. For example, right here, the candlestick closed bullish. I use 30 minutes time frame and 1 hour and sometimes 15 for confirmation. These are like my top priorities for confirmation. Most times I use 30 minutes because it's less volatile. There are a lot of movement on the 15 minutes time frame, so I don't use it that mostly. It was the 30 minutes and 1 hour. So the candlestick right here closed bullish. So you can decide to take your trade right here and just like press your take profit above here this week and then wait for it. And again right here it closed bearish and actually fell down this level, closed bullish and actually pushed above. So right here, if you're going to look for buys, because the momentum is showing us, again guys, you have to know this, don't ever trade against the momentum. If the momentum is pushing above, showing you that it's going upward, look for buys, don't look for sells, because looking for sells may easily turn against you. That's first. And the market is going to move slowly because it's moving against its initial momentum. Yes, you have someone draw that is going downward. It's only going to go downward if we closes below this level. If the candlestick actually I don't know if I can also draw on my yeah, if we close this below this level right here, we are going to push downward if we close it above below this level. Otherwise, you have to wait for confirmations. What I'm expecting that the market may actually maybe go below here and then actually start pushing above. Why am I hoping for that? It's because we closed above this level. That's first. We closed the bullish on higher time frame. So I'm hoping for that. GDP. I don't know who is writing. Wait, where's the eraser? GDP. GDP live. Please write it on the chat. I can't actually understand what you're saying. Just drop the comment on the chat. Then at least I'll understand you what you're saying. So that's for you, GBP. And the next pair was outcard. The next pair was outcard. Yes, outcard. This is outcard. Yep. Let me just check the chat. Oh yeah, someone said it will rise because we're expecting GDP news tomorrow. Of course, yes. I'll talk about that later, and we'll talk about that, the fundamental part. I'll talk about that after we do this technical analysis. I'll talk about the fundamental part later. Thank you for that, though. So the next pair is outcard. Outcard, you can see how it respected this level, guys. Very beautiful, like very beautiful right here. Beautiful. This is outcard, guys. You can see that we were going above, and then we reached this level. We formed this bearish pin that is pushing down, pushing below. At this moment, we don't have any zones because let me check. Did we cross below this level? Yeah, we're on this level right here. We have this. So assume that we crosses above these pins. If we cross above these pins, this pair actually means that we are going to push. We're going to push downward. Like if we cross above below, let me just. Yeah. If we crosses below, it means we are going to actually push even down. Like we are going to like sell this pair for days, because there are no other zones that's a very important on the previous charts or something like it. So let's go to on a daily chart. Let me just take the eraser and draw the zones. Let's draw the zones. Let's draw. Let's add the. So I'm looking at. It's not actually a zone. That's why I'm saying if it drops, it's going to drop like going really below something. This place right here. So that's a little bit important. Actually, you can't even say that it's a strong zone. They're not strong zones. That's the thing. They're not strong. So what I'm expecting is that we are going to push to this level right here. This is outcut daily. We're going to push below to this level. I'm expecting that because we already have the momentum going below. The candlestick crosses below, and let's check on the 1 hour. You can see that, guys, this is beautiful. Like literally, you can just press your we started pushing a little bit upward. You have to wait to see how this closes. Go on a 30 minutes time frame. You see like just pushing above, so you have to wait to see what we are doing. But my initial expectation, guys, is not for buys or anything. It may come to this level, but it's going to drop. It's going to drop. That's one thing. Like for real, it's going to drop. It may just retest to this level or something, but it's going to drop. And this is a very resistant zone, guys. So either way, if it can't ready, it's going to drop. We have momentum on the daily, we have momentum on the 1 hour. We're pushing down here. So this is another pair which is just easier, guys. There's nothing. Love it. Thank you. There's nothing special about this pair. It's just crosses below, it drops. Crosses above right here, we're looking for buys. So one thing I also want to say that zones are not just places where you look for says the market is going to change. Zones, you only take positions, only take buys or sells when the market actually either closes above a zone or closes below a zone. For instance, right here, the market actually closed below the zone. How did it close? It closed bearish. So when it closed bearish right here, I'll expect someone to actually take a sell right here. This is a safe way. In taking a sell right here will mean that you put your stop loss just above this wick. That's why my stop loss is not that high, but then they don't get it. I'll put a stop loss just right here or right here. Why is that? Because if the market actually changes and shifts and closes above this wick right here, above this pin right here, then I know the momentum is changed and this market will actually shift and go above. So you put this right here and then your take profit will be just down here. That's how you trade, guys. That's how you literally trade. You have to look for the last place that the market actually hits. This would have been my take profit. I would have taken the trade here, entered here, saw this pair, and my take profits would have been down here. Why don't I always put my take profit say to the next zone? Because I know that the market will not always obey the strongest zone below, but it will obey the last zone that it actually formed, and the last zone or this one or this one, and you can see the market actually push down here. So I would say like I took 5 positions or 4 positions. Then on those 4 positions, I would have left the runner. Then I would have like closed below here. So initially what we're looking for outcome will be for sales, guys. Nothing big, nothing special. You also guys said I should analyze. I remember 3 pairs from you. About to end this, we're going to end this soon. Someone said I should analyze Chef JPY. Chef JPY, of course, Chef JPY. Yep. This is beautiful, guys. I remember this trade. I remember it like Yep. So what are we looking at on the? I don't know if my internet is okay. If it's not, yes, I use moving averages, but I don't use moving averages on this chat actually. I usually use it on my phone, especially the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average. The 200 moving average is very important, guys. Like literally very important. I'll teach you how to use it. So let's just erase this. Let's erase. Yep. Look at this, guys. This is beautiful. This is a trade that this is just like the simplest trade for this week, I think, because as you can see that on the daily basis we closed bullish and we're pushing above, we're pushing going upward because bullish from the spin, we're pushing above on the forward chart, we're also pushing above. This is the easiest, guys. Maintenance connection is being done, so I hope you guys can hear me. So what are we looking at? Of course, we're about to hit a very resistant zone right here. Right here is a very resistant zone. Yep. Then the next one, this is simple, guys. This is very simple. Will be right above here. Yep. So I'm expecting us to push above here, then maybe just like retrace a bit and then push going above again because so what I'm expecting that this market may like um trying to draw here may go like this and then like this and then like push or something or whatever, or may actually like go and drop down here but still it will push above. It's been doing this, it's been trying to actually, it took time to break this level. Remember we took this trade, we took it like a couple of times. So this is a very straight trade. I mean it, guys. This is among the pairs I'll be looking at a lot in this week because there's nothing. It's very straightforward. You can actually see that it's going down here. It's just a bit, like consolidation. It dropped. Come here. It maybe consolidates. It's possible, and will be forming this double tops right here. So we may fall. Of course, guys, I'm expecting that for it to fall a bit because of this double top thing that we are forming right here. So you might as well just like it's come and do whatever and like pushes above. And I'm expecting push above. Why? Because of the momentum. That's the initial thing I always look at the momentum. I don't like to trade against the trend, but I expect it to like do its thing, mess around, maybe drop a little bit, but it's going to break it. Seeing shorts on double bottom C on 4 hour. Yep, double bottoms right here. Yep, we formed the double bottom. We pushed above the double bottoms. This one, top double bottoms. We have this up, will be like a double top where will be like going. You can see what we formed right here. So initially, some people say like we're going to form this, but what I expect of this is just this. Okay, guys. I hope this pattern makes sense. If it makes sense, then amen to that. So we're going to move to another pair, guys. Another pair was AUD USD. We already did that. GBP USD, of course. GBP USD. I love GBP USD. So this is GBP USD. Let's just read this. Actually, remember taking trades on GBP USD, but it was just basing on my phone. So this week I didn't focus much on the British Great British Pound and this US dollar. I didn't focus on them that much. So what am I looking at? This is a ranging market. I hope my internet is still on. So yep, apparently my internet is still on. Yeah. The thing about GBP USD that when it's actually sometimes pushing above, it pushes above. When it's pushing below, it pushes below. But let's check on the one on the weekly time frame and see what's happening. Of course, we are on the weekly time frame. If I decide to draw this, you can see that. Why can't I? I'm trying to actually. Anyways, what are we looking at? Let's just draw another zone. We're right here, right? So this is a very important zone on the daily basis because you can see that right here we actually formed it's this zone turned to resistance, they tend to support and then push the above, push the above like going way up, turn to support, push the above, turn to support, push a little bit above, then fall down. So again we are in this zone right here, but we closed bearish. So what does this tell us? So initially, what you'll be looking at for this pair, it's not necessary. I'm saying sells because on the 4 hour we actually started forming this like pin which is pushing above, and the momentum. This is a very important zone. So one way to look at this is like this is a consolidation, and because it's a ranging market, and a ranging market is like someone who may even come and do this because it's a ranging market. So what you can do is that just like you can wait for it to close above here, but it will be like a waste of a lot of pips. That we are not going to do that. We're just going to like play with it and be smart. So if it reaches this level, we're going to look for. Let me get the drawer. If it reaches this level right here, we're going to be looking for buys. The important thing will be if it closes above this level. If it closes above this level, guys, this means straight fuel going upward because we're on a very important level right here. The market is like resisting, it's trying to resist, but so far I think we are going to push above. It may just like bounce ready and go up, or it may continue going up. Let me look at the 30 minutes time frame because that's when there's a trade. So on 30 minutes time frame, it's actually for sells. We are looking for this level right here. So the market is going to continue pushing a bit downward. We have to see how the market opens, how the market acts on the Monday. Otherwise, we're going to push upward. That's on the GBP USD. I think I'm done, guys. I thought there's another pair. I think we're done. I think we are done for. Yeah, I think guys, those are the pair that we should actually concentrate on this week, and we'll be looking. I'll post the analysis clearly on the group tomorrow morning, so you guys can check them on your own, like the one with arrows and Y's and stuff like that. I'll post them tomorrow morning. If there are questions, guys, please, this is your time. You can drop them. Oh, yeah, fundamental part, yes. So of course, fundamental part is something that you can't actually predict. You can't predict the fundamental part because it's something that you have to wait and see how it comes out. Unless otherwise, if you are a good follower and have good expectation on what is going to be said, then that's good. I don't necessarily trade fundamentals because I don't have time to actually read the news and stuff like that. So most of the time, you guys know this, that I always like based on the analysis part, and then just like hope for the best because because fundamentals requires you to actually sometimes read or watch the news, and I don't have that time. Sometimes I just be busy doing other stuff and things. So, for instance, we just with the Brexit thing is like has been like pushing and messing with the pairs so much. You can see right here news, Brexit news. This was Brexit actually. Move it right here to this point. So actually, I should draw another zone right here. If you are good and trading fundamentals is actually good if you have time to sit and read and wait for news. It's very good because including fundamentals to your technical analysis will help you push push your limits, will help you actually succeed more in the market. I just don't trade fundamentals because fundamentals is something that for me it's a little bit time wasting and I don't use it. Yeah, actually, also I've seen it. It's very rare to see that the market pushes differently from the market that when you say you're trading, if your analysis is on point, it's actually very hard for fundamentals to diverse it and like reverse the market. I've seen it happen, but it's very rare. For instance, right here, this is news. If you guys can see it, this is news. Right here, this one, it's fall down here. But again, we were on a very resistance level. You can see right here. I just drew this. This is the zone right here. It's a zone and it's very resistant. So what I would have been looking at, I'll go to my 30 minutes time frame and where is it? Here it is. Look at it. I mean, it's very easy and it's very beautiful. Like always, like I said before, I would have taken this trade, like say after this pin closes or this one, and this is my trade right here. I enter here. I like always, I'll put my stop loss just above the wick. I'll put my stop loss say here. And then my take profits would have been down here. That's how I trade. It's very simple. So you can imagine how many pips I would have cashed. Um, you stay right there, idiot. Ah, anyways, like 770 something pips. You can just imagine how many pips that it's a lot of pips, like a lot of them. So it's not necessary that news will always go, and I haven't seen it. It's very rare for news to go against the initial technical analysis. Most times, usually base it. So, guys, the important thing to learn and to note is that always put your stop losses above the wicks. If the market pushes and closes, I've seen people putting stop losses here or something. They be wasting around 50 pips. I don't do that. It's very risky. Just put the stop loss above a wick. The last wick formed because if the market closes above the wicks, and it means that the market is actually reversing. Otherwise, just put that there and look for the other wick down there and just sell. It's very easy. Um, and the moving average part two, moving averages. So you guys are talking about moving averages. I don't know if you guys were with me on March or April. I had a class and I taught them a lot about moving averages and how to trade them. Anyways, and you say and that's about moving averages. News levels that I would talk already. Which pair are you talking about, Kusi? Which pair are you talking about? Is it the one you took and actually went against? So remember, like you took some trade. I remember you took some trade and I don't actually remember the pair, but I remember you took some trade. Okay, moving averages, guys. Moving averages are very
Hey, first one,
yeah.
I'm talking about that GBP USD. When you go in, yeah, you can see a double top already before the news. There was already a double top, so it was a sell.
Okay, the GBP USD on a 1 day
That you can see a
or
double top. Here, right now, just return to the same time frame. Return to the previous.
the 4 hour
Before the
chart.
news, do you see that double top? Do you see that double top?
Which one are you
Before
referring?
the news. No, no, don't go
Here,
there. Just
here,
come back here. Before the news.
here.
Yeah, yeah, there. Do you see the double top
Oh
there?
yeah,
Do you
this
see the
one
touch?
already.
Yeah, there was already a double top. So the news just went the same way as the analysis was.
Yep,
You see that one?
yep. You
Yeah,
see.
if you go to a lower time frame, I think you will see it very nicely.
Yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
the news just went with the analysis. It was already discounted.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Let's like zoom this. Where is it? So this, yeah, it's very beautiful.
Yeah,
I hope you guys
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
see when what he's saying that is he's talking about this double top and this double top from the on this level right here. This guy is very good when it comes to double tops and double bottoms and stuff like that. He literally only trades those like patterns, so you can't argue with him.
Only
So it's ready.
yeah, you see that. Yeah.
Double up right here and fall down here. And so this one is actually very beautiful, even if you put your like take profit down here. So again, how you trade this is it's like I said, you put your you wait for confirmation from this pin, you sell. You slowly put your stop loss just above this week, and then you take profit of the bin initially in this level. So I don't know if you guys there's anything you want to know, or otherwise we should conclude this. What do you say, Kosi? If is there anything you want to add?
Anybody with a question, maybe?
Someone said
Nobody.
Kushana is old, but I'm
We
really
can call it a day. Somebody?
so I'm going to unmute you guys so you guys can like I'm going to unmute you guys. I know I muted some of you. So guys, you're all muted or unmuted. Unmute. Yeah, you guys can talk. If you guys have any question, you can ask, or you can
Anybody
write
with
it
a
on the
question?
table.
Excuse me. I have a question.
Welcome.
If you don't mind, what criteria do you use in drawing the zones?
What's that?
Come again.
I'm asking, what criteria do you use in drawing zones? I mean,
Oh, details,
what are you
details to
looking
draw
at?
zones.
Yes,
Okay, okay, okay.
yes.
Zones. Of course, when you're about to draw zones, you have to consider two things. If you're drawing a zone, you have to look at places where you're going to take trades. That means that you're going to be looking, say, for if we go to higher time frame, guys, I'm going to have to mute you again.
It's a bit
Or
noisy. Can you
The problem.
excuse me.
What is the problem?
Prosper, excuse me. It's a bit noisy. It's just noisy. Can you mute us for a while and then explain?
yeah. Just muted you all. Mute you all. Okay. So when you're drawing zones, the first thing you have to consider, first thing you have to look at is a places that the market actually places where the market actually found certain either support all of this and this certain areas where the market reaches that area and it either bounces or it retraces back or it forms these wicks. When I talk about wicks, I mean this one right here. You see this area, this area right here, this area right here. These are zones. They are zones, like zones. So when you're looking at is that, say you're drawing this, I would say my zone would have been right here. See, this is a zone because we have a double top pattern right here, and this double top pattern, this double top pattern means that the market, when it reaches this area, the bears and the bulls are in competition. When the market reaches this area, the bears and the bulls are in competition, and the bears are winning. In these areas, the bears have a lot of power, a lot of strength, a lot of momentum. The market will like to keep and reach this area. So it's like when you see it right here, when the market reached this level right here, the bears took place and the market fell down. So why did it fall down to this level and not this level? It's because this level, it's also a zone. If you look at, if we go right here, you can see that I can draw it right here. You see it. So this reached this here and shifted going back. It reached this level and shifted going down. It break and went above and right here. So this is a certain zone that the market reached right here and shifted going back above, and you see it went back, and again the bears took place. It's like, say, consider yourself when you're in a fight. If you're in a fight, when you are home, you have more strength because more of your friends will help you fight the enemy. But when you are going to a new place and you are alone, obviously, you'll find other people with their friends are going to beat you up. So the same concept applies here. The market, when it reaches this place, it's like it's reached its home level, and there are a lot of bears right here. So the bears are going to like beat the bulls, and the market pushed going below. Again, it's reached right here. When it's reached right here, it's a press for the bulls. The bulls like said, okay, you came here. This is our home. Like it's time for to reverse this market. So the bulls started to push the market going upward. Again, the bears are right here. The market is going down. So I hope you're getting the concept of the bears and the bulls and the resistance levels. And I hope actually this helps you. Yeah, guys. So I hope this helped you understand more about the charts and zones. I said that if there's any questions, we are going to end this. Oh, thank you if you understood. Thank you very much. So tomorrow we are going to check the market with all our powers, guys. Just be ready. Prepare your accounts. If you haven't deposited, deposit. Analysis will always follow. Like we post analysis for almost all the time when the market shows positions. We post the analysis and tell you exactly what you should do. If there's anything, you guys just give me, write it on the chat box. Otherwise, I'm going to close this. I hope it was recording. I'm going to post the recorded video on YouTube if it was recording. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for your participation. Thank you very much for your collaboration. Thank you, guys. Kusi. By the way, guys, so I'll introduce you to Kusi. Kusi is going to be like my partner, my assistant, or I don't know how should we put this. Yo, Kusi. But you guys can actually, if I'm not available, you guys can talk directly to him. He will help you with anything.
Yeah. My partner. I can hear you, partner.
Yeah. So you guys like can directly contact him or me, and he'll give you and help concerning what we do and what we Forex and everything else. So guys, if there's no question, you can drop the question in the group in WhatsApp. Otherwise, have a good night and thank you again.